So we're back with our battle-tested noob here, and things are a little different. I've decided to take a little longer between updates, just because I think it would just go too slowly if I showed everything my guy was up to. So let's go over what's different. Obviously, there's some nice, lovely-looking chimneys here in the base, and I've done some renovations and improvements to the headquarters here. There's still a long way to go to make this a fully fleshed-out base, but you know, I've got these nice little decorative elements here. I've got the anvil and the furnace set up nicely. I've got the merchant living here. And then there's this nice big treasure room where really I'm just storing all my different things. And I've tried to, you know, make sense of it and have things sorted by categories. I don't have any signs or anything out yet. I've got like a chest for statues. I've got a chest for critters that I've captured. I've got a chest for things like miscellaneous junk, accessories and weapons, a chest for potions, kind of like an apothecary chest. And so, like, the things are in motion basically to make this base fully fleshed out. But again, there's still a ways to go. Let's take stock of my gear. My character has equipped a lead helmet, some lead chainmail, and unfortunately still has these crappy wooden greaves, so that's really the next order of business. In terms of the weapon front, he's got a lead broadsword, which hopefully I can get one tier higher than that fairly soon, but we'll see. And then on the accessories front, I really don't have anything great. I've got this radar, and then I've got this aglet, which is actually not bad. It moves me around faster and I get +4 defense, which given my crappy greaves is pretty important. I'm up to 10 defense, as you can see there. So things are going pretty well. I've improved my headquarters quite nicely. I think it looks a lot better. Oh, and look at this. Let's use this net and capture this golden bunny. And if you've never caught one of these before, these are wonderful, because look, they don't happen very often. They don't spawn very often, I should say, but they're worth 10 gold, and it's not just bunnies, of course. Any kind of golden critter is going to be worth 10 gold, which, you know, now more than ever is really critical for my character. So, I think what I need to do is go ahead and deposit my money in the piggy bank now that I've got that nice little windfall. And, yeah, so I've got the bug net. I'm going to use this to capture critters that come along. The merchant's finally here, so I can sell things to him and get some money from that. So things are looking up. And then, of course, since you were last here, the second hotfix for mobile 1.3 has arrived. And this double tap jump on the left is pretty nice, but I'm a bigger fan of the auto swing, which I have activated. I have no qualms about using it. I think mobile is going to be difficult, even with this auto swing feature, and so I'm going to use all the handicaps I can get. And what I've found is that this really helps with low knockback weapons. Although I can't kill a lot of things in one hit, I can do a better job of knocking them back. And so, I didn't quite catch him. And so it really makes you a little safer when you're out facing some powerful opponents to have this auto swing on. It makes the weapon much more powerful than you might think it would. Anyway, let's go ahead and venture out. I really need to carry on and do some more digging and find some better ores. What I'd really like is the next tier up in weapon, and also to complete my lead armor set. I'm most of the way there. So let's have this guy go out and adventure some and see what he can do. So I found a copper vein, but this really isn't going to cut it. I'm kind of beyond copper. I suppose I can use it for those items that just require any kind of metal, like I think you can maybe make a bucket, I'm not sure. But it's not that useful. All the same, I'm so low on any kind of metal, I'll go ahead and harvest it just for a rainy day. And I have to say, this pickaxe is such garbage. I may actually delay getting the lead leg armor in exchange for having a better pickaxe sooner, because I think a lead pickaxe is going to be much more useful. And speak of the devil, look what I just came across, a nice big fat vein of lead. So this is going to be very useful. This should be enough certainly to get at least one additional lead item. This is a lot of lead ore. It might be the biggest, in fact, that I've found so far in this entire map. So that's excellent. Things just have a way of surprising you in this game, so there you have it. So I had a question for you guys, those of you still watching. If anyone uses a tablet, or even a phone for that matter, with a stylus, what do you guys think of a stylus? It seems to me like it would be really good for building. I was curious, for those who actually have that option available to them, how they have found it. Because it seems like something I would really enjoy for building. That's probably the one weakness of the mobile controls that I've found on my phone, which is kind of a middle of the road phone, as I've said before, is that the controls for building just seem a little imprecise with my fat fingers. So I'm curious to hear from you, so please post a comment if you're familiar with that control scheme. Because I honestly, I'm not just saying this for comments, I'm genuinely curious what you guys think about using a stylus. So please post below. Anyway, I've dug a little further down. Let's drink a potion just to be safe. Looks like I'm out of torches. I'll have to craft some more. And I don't know how much further I'm going to go. Oh, look at that. There's some tungsten up there. I guess I will go a little further. And this guy is caught quite happily between these walls and my sword, so let's dispatch him in just a moment. It's going to take a little while because I don't have a tungsten sword yet. But sooner or later he'll drop, and then we can carry on and dig out this little vein of tungsten. Hopefully it's a little deeper than it looks, but I guess we'll find out. It's probably not too big. Yeah, it doesn't look like a very big vein, but you know what? I'll take what I can get these days. My guy is so weak. Let's go ahead and dig this up. Alright, now we've got a little more tungsten than we had originally. Thank you, Ice Caverns. And let's go back down here and see if there's anything good here. Uh-oh. Yeah, I might be out of my depth here. Figuratively and literally. Oh god, Medusas. Let's get the heck out of here. Let's use a little cheat. You know, I have no qualms about doing that. I don't have any recall potions. At least I don't think I do. So that's a little gimmick you can use with the controls. Some people who are purists might think it's kind of cheating. I'm not one of those purists. I have no shame in my game, so I'm going to do that little trick to get back to base. And at any rate, I was curious how many bars of metal I have at my disposal. Let's just start with some copper. Got a few more copper bars. Again, I'm just going to use copper for things that require the base metal, which probably isn't very much at this point. Let's see how many tungsten bars I have. 2 more tungsten bars, and then lead. I should have a decent amount of lead bars now. So far, so good. Alright, let's just craft a few more. I don't want to hit craft one too many times and accidentally waste lead ore or lead bars on something I don't want. Alright, let's see what I can do. Let's go over to the anvil and see what I can get. Oh, it's a short sword. Well, it looks like I'm nearly at the point where I can get a tungsten broadsword, and that'll be a nice little upgrade. But I'll just have to be patient for now and keep using this lead one. The good news, well, I've got enough for these lead greaves. I'm keen on that armor. I know I talked about the pickaxe. Let's go ahead and equip that. So go to the equipment menu, hit equip, and look at that. I'm up to 15 defense. Isn't that nice? So I got a whole set of lead, and that of course carries a set bonus of an additional 3 defense. So that's another reason to have a set of a metal armor that matches, because you get that nice little bonus thrown in, which is certainly pretty darn critical. Anyway, let's see if we have enough for a better pickaxe. Doesn't look like it. How many lead bars do I have? Well, maybe I do. Let's see if I can go craft one. Bear with me. Am I missing something? Maybe I need some wood. Let's go and, you know what, this is as good a time as any to talk to the guide and use this new feature where he'll show you what you can use the lead bars for. So let's see if we can find a lead pickaxe, and he'll tell us what we need. Okay, so I need 1 more wood. That's what I was missing. So I'm almost there. I've got enough lead bars for it. And just to show you, the damage is really inconsequential, but it's very fast, and it's got 43% pickaxe power. What about this copper one? Well, it's only 35, and its speed is fast, so The lead one will be faster, and it will be able to dig for stronger ores, because if you're not familiar with the game, if you don't have the pickaxe at a certain level, you can't dig certain ores. And so the copper pickaxe, long story short, it reaches a point where it can no longer mine certain higher end ores, and so you're going to have to upgrade eventually anyway. And so it's always a good thing to get the best possible pickaxe. You'll dig faster, you'll increase the things that you can potentially mine for, and you'll just get through the game quicker. So go ahead and be sure to do that. Anyway, back to the crafting menu. The guide was kind enough to show me that I was very close to getting the lead pickaxe, which I shall craft now. And we're going to replace this little starter pickaxe, which admittedly wasn't awful, but we're going to go ahead and replace it. And so we're doing pretty well now. We're doing pretty well on the armor front. Our weapon isn't terrible. It's not really great, but it's not terrible. And then we've increased the pickaxe power to a lead pickaxe, so that should serve our purposes for a little while longer yet. Anyway, let's go back to the merchant, who's our new resident here at our lovely improved base, and let's get rid of some of this stuff. You can use these strange plants to craft dyes later in the game, but at this point I really just want to sell and get a little more wealth jingling around in my pockets. So let's get rid of the stuff we don't need. Things like this I simply don't need anymore, and it's just in the way of the rest of the inventory, so let's go ahead and sell that. I think I can keep the rest of this though. So yeah, let's see how much we have in reserve. Let's go to my little piggy bank and quick stack the money in, and I'm up to 12 gold, which is pretty respectable at this point. Obviously there's only so much you can buy from the merchant, but eventually you're going to get the character the Goblin Tinkerer, who will, for a cost, upgrade your equipment, and so that's really where all the gold is being saved for. But also you'll get the occasional traveling merchant who will swing by your base and sell random items, some of which you really want to get. So I gotta have some money in reserve for if and when that happens. Anyway, let's show off this new auto swing feature. As you can see, the knockback is way better. And also, I'd like to point out, look how good my guy looks now that he's got the full lead set. This is so much better than that silly wooden armor. Whoop, almost killed the bunny. You're worth some silver, bunny, so I'm going to collect you. I'll hoover you up. Anyway, the guy looks way better, as I was saying, in this lead armor. I'm really quite pleased with how it looks. And let's have him go down here, not too far, not too fast. And I guess since it's nighttime, we're probably better off down here in the underground, digging around and trying to get a few more bits of ore. So let's try to hunt for some tungsten, because as I said, we're very close to getting a tungsten weapon that can be used. The short sword I can obviously make, but I'm really not interested in a tungsten short sword. I want something better than that. So again, let's hunt for some tungsten and see what we can do. And the gods of Terraria smile once again upon my character, because look what I'm getting. I'm getting something even better than tungsten. I'm getting platinum ore, and I don't know that I'll necessarily have enough for a platinum weapon, but wouldn't it be nice if there's enough platinum ore here to make a platinum broadsword? One can live in hope, and certainly I'm closer to having it than I was before. So let's go ahead and get this up, and you know, with any luck, maybe I can cut right to the platinum tier of weapon. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, let's get this torch down, and let's continue digging and see what other goodies we can get. And here's the benefit of some kind of methodical mining system. I don't bypass any potential windfall of lead ore, or any kind of ore for that matter. So let's get this, and it's really a treasure trove right here. I see copper, I see lead, I see tungsten. So this little patch here has been my friend. I'm really very, very pleased with this particular mining method. I may stick to it in future gameplays, but certainly I'm using it for now, and I'm just hoovering up all this great ore. This is a really nice vein here. So this should allow me to upgrade my gear quite a bit. Again, I'm going to wait and see if I have enough for some kind of platinum gear, but even if I don't, there's definitely enough tungsten here to upgrade to a tungsten broadsword, which will be a nice little upgrade. And you know, if the Terraria gods are willing, maybe I can get a tungsten pickaxe, which will make my picking even easier, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Anyway, I'm using the lead one for now, and as you can see, it's pretty good compared to how the copper one had been digging. The copper one actually wasn't too terrible. It just wasn't up to snuff when compared to the lead pickaxe. So let's carry on and hopefully survive here. Let's plant a torch. And let's get rid of these pesky bats. I've obviously already explored part of this area because I'm seeing torches I placed down in an earlier playthrough. So let's get rid of this last bat. There you go, fella. And maybe what I'll do is I'll put some rope up and follow that up and go ahead and put a torch down just so I can kind of find my way here because I can't see anything here. There we go. Alright, nothing too interesting there. Yeah, there doesn't look to be anything over here, so I'm glad I made that jump. Let's go ahead and put a torch here, and you know what? This is why you backtrack sometimes and put torches down, because you never know what you just miss. And here, although it's not as sexy as platinum, I've found some more lead. So that'll be nice to have, because lead is used in quite a few things. So there you go, and let's just check. No, I don't have any recall potions. I don't want to keep abusing this reset gimmick with the main menu to get back to base, but I may do it one more time. I'm not sure. Let's just dig a little longer and see what else we can get. Then we'll go back to base. And this is why I edited the video series so that you wouldn't have to sit and watch every time I went out hunting for ore, because it does get a little monotonous, doesn't it? But that being said, I am back at base, and I had another good haul of lead and other ores. So let's go ahead, as I said, and craft all the bars that I can, and then we'll take stock of what is available to craft, because I have a feeling that I can craft something good at this point. So here we go, some platinum, 8 more platinum bars, and 9 more tungsten bars. So that's excellent. Let's see what we can craft. Hopefully, again, I can craft some kind of goodies. So there you go, a platinum pickaxe. That would be lovely. I can mine meteorite with it. But I'm more concerned with having a viable weapon. So I can craft this melee broadsword. It does 15 damage. It's very fast with average knockback. Compared to the 11 with fast speed of the lead. So just for the sake of survivability, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and craft this little beauty of a weapon, and we won't have to use the lead anymore. And you know what? I get this zealous modifier just with my good fortune, and now I got a better critical strike chance, which in and of itself isn't necessarily that amazing, but you know, I'll take what I can get. And as I said, I've been mining some tungsten, and at this point I have this pickaxe available, the tungsten pickaxe, which has 50% pickaxe power as opposed to the 43 of the lead pickaxe. And more importantly, it can mine meteorite, as you see there, which will come in handy if a meteorite should land. So let's go ahead and do that, and we can say goodbye to the short-lived lead pickaxe. It was helpful while it lasted, but it's time to say goodbye. And let's go ahead and sell it just to kind of memorialize the change. Let's sell the sword, let's sell that, let's sell the bunny, and there you go. So my guy is looking pretty good now. And I see some butterflies. Again, these are things you can capture with this bug net. If I didn't mention this before, the bug net is really helpful once you get the merchant, because even if you don't intend to fish or use the creatures you capture with the bug net, look, that one butterfly, and this varies depending on the species, but that's 5 silver I wouldn't have otherwise had, and it's very easy to switch to it. So if you're looking to acquire some wealth early on, you could do worse than to get the butterfly net. In fact, I would urge you all to do so. So let's stack our wealth. We're still at 12 gold, but I'm feeling pretty good. We've got this sword here, and look at that beauty. Look at that thing go. It's very fast. It's got pretty respectable power now. It's 15 damage. And it swings with pretty decent knockback. So all in all, my guy's becoming a bit more of a tank. I think I could probably do with getting a few life crystals, so maybe that's going to be in the next video. My guy's life is obviously pretty limited right now, which makes him rather vulnerable to the tougher creatures I'm coming across. But these butterflies, thankfully, are no match for me. At least I have that to say. So yeah, again, that's a pretty good stopping point. I'm trying not to skip over too much without boring you guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and sell these, and I think I'll bring this video to an end. So thanks to everyone who's been sticking with this video series. I'd like to think that it's worth watching for those who are curious about maybe getting a mobile game up and running and seeing the progression, that sort of thing. And I've certainly played Terraria enough to know the ins and outs of it, even though I'm not that experienced with the mobile version, of course. So look at that, 40 silver for one butterfly, that's not bad. 10 silver for those, 20 silver for that. You can see how it stacks up. So guys and girls, I would urge you to get the butterfly net. It is really good at acquiring wealth, especially in the early game when you desperately need it. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. And when we reconvene, my guy should have a bigger base, hopefully with some more life crystals. Maybe I'll show that in action. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.